Right. Today we'll have the last chapter, um, which is entitled Discourse and Text, or Discourse Analysis and Text Analysis. Uh, it's not that tough. I mean, it should be a piece of cake. Let's share screen. Okay. Where's the other one? Okay. So what is what do you mean by discourse analysis? The traditional approach, we have two approaches, but let's tackle the traditional approach first. Can you all see this? Is it clear?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. Is it better now? Or the traditional concern of linguistic analysis has been the construction of sentences, how to construct sentences. So analyzing sentences at the level of a phrase, a clause, and a sentence. This was the traditional concern of linguistic analysis. But in recent years, there has been an increasing interest in analyzing the way sentences work in sequence to produce coherent, yeah, structures or stretches of language. So the main concern of traditional linguistics was how sentences are analyzed, how to analyze sentences into words, phrases, clauses, and sentences, of course. Now, there has been two approaches regarding discourse analysis and text analysis. Before we start this, let me just ask you a question. I mean, as translation major students, just a minute. Oh, that would be as translation major students. I mean, how would you define translation? I mean, what is meant by translation?
Converting the language to another language.
Sorry about this. The battery is Running low.
It transforms the meaning from the source text to the target text. From the target text to the source text.
Okay, just a minute, please. The battery is going down. Low. Okay, it's better now. Right. Somebody said translation. I mean, how would you define translation again?
Deliver the meaning with another language.
Delivering the meaning of
Source language to the target language via using certain words that have the same meaning of the source language.
Okay.
With
Right.
with have structure.
Okay.
And
Now, translation is to render the meaning, the spirit, or the message of what? Of sentences, of words. I mean,
yes.
what is it that we render? Whose meaning is rendered?
The utterance.
Whose meaning?
The word.
I mean, being translation major, it's good to combine theory and practice, you know. What is it that that we translate its meaning?
We translate the sense.
Okay, I mean, we translate, we render. Of course, to start with, there is a difference between translation and interpretation. Translation means rendering the meaning, the spirit, the message, the sense of a written text. A written text from a source language into a target language. From a source language into a target language. So we have a source language text, whose meaning, whose spirit needs to be rendered in the target language. So we have source language and target language. Now, what can you give the equivalence of source language and target language in Arabic?
المصدر والهدف.
Yeah, this is a common, I'm afraid to say, this is a common mistranslation. I've seen prominent scholars, you know, render it as اللغة المصدر واللغة الهدف. Now, this works in English, but not in Arabic. Yeah, in English, they do say source language, target language. But in Arabic, it's اللغة المترجم منها أو عنها واللغة المترجم إليها. اللغة المترجم منها واللغة المترجم إليها. That's what we say in standard Arabic. Yeah? So avoid using al-masdar and al-hadaf. Okay, so we render the meaning, the message, or the spirit of a written text from a source language into the target language. Now, this is translation, which deals with written texts, hence the word text analysis. Here we have text analysis. Text analysis. Text analysis deals with written texts, with the written structure. Yeah. Another type of translation is interpretation. Interpretation. Sometimes they say they use oral translation, but I prefer to have interpretation. Interpretation deals with a discourse, with an oral discourse. Oral discourse. Which is a terjama al-fawriya. Hopefully you'll have interpretation 1 and 2, terjama al-fawriya 1 and 2, right?
Yes.
So that's part of your study plan. Now what steps do you follow in order to translate a text? What steps?
First of all, we read the text.
Okay, very good.
Yes, and we try to understand the meaning, like by skimming. Second,
Okay, right.
Yes, second, we line the words that it's like it's need to think or need to
Difficult vocabulary,
Yes.
expressions.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
okay, okay.
Then we put notes for the text if it needs.
Okay.
Yes. Then after we try to, after we know exactly the real meaning for the text, then we start to converting the meaning.
Okay, and then?
Yes, then it is finished.
I mean, these are two important, steps.
Yes.
There is a major step which seems to be neglected by most translators.
Doctor, after we convert it, we should make sure that the target language have the right structure.
Okay, okay. Yeah, you are close, yes. You are close.
We doesn't make mistakes by losing the إنه ترتيب الجملة يكون صحيح.
Yeah, okay. Now there are three major steps if you want to produce a quality translation, translation. We should follow three steps. The first step is to read the text carefully, the entire text. We read the whole text. This helps determine the subject matter. We get the gist of the text. The type of text, whether it's scientific, literary, religious, historical, etc. Now this helps us select the right dictionary, because we have two types of dictionaries. We have general dictionaries and specialized dictionaries. So if you are dealing with a scientific text or a medical text, it would be a waste of time to use Al-Mawrid or Oxford, Webster's. These are all general dictionaries. What's wrong with them? It's that sometimes under the same word, you might have up to 35 different senses or meanings of the same word. So you have to choose one out of 30 or 35 different senses. In specialized dictionaries, only one equivalent is given in that particular area. So there are hundreds of dictionaries. There are hundreds of dictionaries, specialized dictionaries. We have a dictionary of scientific terms, a dictionary of medical terms, a dictionary of legal terms, a dictionary of finance, a dictionary of finance. If you are dealing with, let me just, okay. Now look at this dictionary, for instance. A dictionary of finance and investment. Can you see this? Can you see this dictionary?
No, we can't.
No, okay. A dictionary, anyway. I mean, I have about 50 specialized dictionaries in my study. So if you have a legal text, use Al-Farouq's dictionary, a dictionary of legal terms. If you want to have a list of specialized dictionaries, then I'll send you a copy of the catalogue of Librairie de Les I mean, they are specialists in the field. They publish quality dictionaries, monolingual, bilingual. They have English, Arabic, English, French, Arabic. There are different types of dictionaries and encyclopedias as well. So the first thing is to read the entire text in order to determine the subject matter and also to determine the period, the historical period in which the text is written. So if you are translating, say, a Shakespearean play, and you come across the term "he's a nice man," I mean, how would you translate this into Arabic?
لقد كان رجل لطيف.
رجل لطيف nowadays. Now, words undergo certain changes. In Shakespeare's language, he's a nice man means he's a madman. He's a crazy. He is a crazy. That's why we need to determine the historical period in which the text is written. So in Shakespeare's language, nice used to mean mad or crazy. It's like in Arabic. Nowadays, when there's a good boy, we say walad shatar, yes?
Yes.
Walad shatar. What does shatar mean nowadays?
It's for clever.
Yeah,
He's
clever.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, in 14 centuries ago, yeah, shatar used to mean thief.
Yes.
Yeah, shatar used to mean thief. Yeah. What's the meaning of Laban nowadays? What's the English equivalent of Laban?
Yogurt.
Yogurt. Yeah. But in Quranic Arabic, Laban used to mean milk.
What?
Milk.
Milk.
Yeah, milk.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting, yeah?
Yes.
Because languages undergo many changes, including semantic changes. They change, the meaning changes sometimes. What does meat nowadays mean in English? Meat. Meat is a kind of food nowadays.
Yes.
Years ago, centuries ago, if you come across the word meat, it used to mean any type of food. Any type of food. Food in general. But nowadays, the meaning has been restricted to a certain type of food. Right, so we read the text first, the entire text, then we start translating sentence by sentence. Of course, we can't translate without finding out the meaning of difficult words, difficult idioms, proverbs, calques. We have to, vocabulary covers a wide range of meanings. So it refers to single words, basic words, compounds. It refers to idioms. Idioms are listed under vocabulary. Idioms, proverbs, all these are treated as lexical items, individual lexical items. So we start translating sentence by sentence. Why? To make sure that the meaning is rendered accurately, that we render the exact meaning, not to add or delete or interpolate. We have interpolation, which is al-iqham. Sometimes some translators add words which are not originally in the text. Right. So once we are done, now we end up having two texts, the source language text and the target language text. Once we are done with these, with this step, the most important step is to put aside, disengage yourself from the source language, okay, and make whatever changes necessary in the target text. Why? To make sure that it has no negative influence or impact from the source language, because different languages have different structures, different phrase, clause, and sentence structures. They have different styles. Different languages have different styles. Now, in English, for instance, we say English is a universal language, a full stop. It has a simple grammar, a full stop. It's spoken almost everywhere in the world, a full stop. Yeah, so in English we have a full stop, then we begin with a subject. In Arabic we need to use waw after each and every sentence. Now this is one of the characteristics of Arabic style. So we have to take care of all these aspects in order for the target language text to sound natural. We call this the level of naturalness. The level of naturalness means that the reader should read the text as though it is written in that target language without any foreign influence. This is very important, okay? So, two main approaches. Let's proceed with this. Two main approaches have developed. Discourse analysis, underline this if you like. Discourse analysis, which focuses on the structure of naturally occurring spoken language as found in such discourses as conversation, interviews. We have already tackled, conversation and the structure of conversation. said that the translation has an opening, it has a body, and it has an end. Of course, it has platform, it has adjacency pairs, it has back channels. I mean, these are all characteristics of a spoken discourse. So, as found in such discourses as conversation, interviews, commentaries, and speeches. Now, this is the domain of discourse analysis. Discourse analysis mainly deals with the spoken form of language. It deals with the analysis of conversations, interviews, commentaries, and speeches. Yeah. Then we have text analysis. Now, text analysis focuses on the structure of written language as found in such texts as essays, notices, road signs, and chapters. So these are underline these two definitions. Discourse analysis focuses on the structure of naturally occurring spoken language as they occur in conversations, interviews, commentaries, and speeches. Then we have text analysis. This focuses on the structure of written language. In texts, essays, you know what, have you done essay writing? Essay writing.
Yeah, you know.
كتابة المقال, have you done that?
No, not yet.
Paragraph writing. Have you done paragraph writing?
Not yet, but I have an idea.
كتابة الفقرة وكتابة الفقرة هي كتابة الفقرة and كتابة المقال.
Yes, most of the students, they should take it. First year.
Are you second year now?
Yes, it's my third.
Are you all second year?
Third semester.
Oh, third semester.
Third year.
Okay. Okay, good. So have you done paragraph and essay writing?
No, not yet.
Paragraph.
Is that Dina?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you third year, you said?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you done that? Have you done paragraph writing?
Yes, paragraph writing.
How about essay writing?
Not yet.
كتابة المقال. I mean, paragraph writing is a prerequisite.
Yes, yes.
It's a prerequisite. Right. Anyway, just underline the definition of discourse analysis and text analysis. Did you shoot a picture of this? I'll send you some material, a copy of this. Okay. What's wrong? Right. Then we have this textual structure. Textual is the adjective of text. Now, as we speak or write, our text should sound coherent. It should sound coherent. It should have unity. It should have relevance. It should have chronological order. It should have a beginning and a body and an end. Now there are, to achieve this, we have certain devices. So here, this line here, okay, several types of cohesive factors have been recognized in order to produce a cohesion. This is the word. This was suggested by Halliday and Hassan. Halliday, that's his wife, by the way. Ruqayya Hassan and Halliday. They wrote a book in 1967, and they recognized cohesion. This term was introduced by both of them. Several types of cohesive factor have been recognized. So any good writer should use cohesive devices like conjunctive relations. What is about to be said is explicitly related to what has been said before. So we don't deal with isolated sentences, isolated structures. Structures are used to form a text. A text may have one paragraph or a number of paragraphs. These paragraphs should be cohesive. They shouldn't be isolated, you know, inconsistent, right? Through such notions as contrast, result, and time. So for instance, we say, I left early, however, Jane stayed till the end. Now these are two sentences. We use a connective device. I left early, however, what's the meaning of however here in this context?
على الرغم من ذلك.
However. Now the dictionary meaning is ومهما يكن من أمر. I mean that has nothing to do with the text. I left early. Can anybody translate this? I left early, however, Jane stayed till the end.
لقد غادرت مبكرا.
غادرت مبكرا, yes.
ولكن جين بقي حتى النهاية.
Okay. إلا أن or لكن. So this is a cohesive device. It's a conjunctive relations. One of the conjunctive relations. Lastly, there is the question of coast. Lastly, that's another conjunctive device. Then we have reference. Okay. This is very important, by the way. The second is co-reference. Co-reference. I think we've already tackled this. Okay. Co-reference features that cannot be semantically, that's from meaning. The adjective of meaning is semantic. semantically interpreted without referring to some other features in the text. In other words, the text, the components of a text are closely related. We can't understand a sentence in the text out of context without referring to something said before, stated before, or something to be stated later on. So two types of relationship are recognized. We have anaphoric relations. We've already done this. I mean, anaphoric and cataphoric. Two types of relations are recognized. Anaphoric relations look backward for their interpretation, and cataphoric relations look forward. They look forward, yeah? Backwards and forwards. Now, what do you mean by that? Anaphoric refers to something said before. Cataphoric refers to something to be said later. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, for instance, we say several people approached. Several people. Just a minute. Several people approached. Yeah.
Yes.
Several people approached. Okay. They seemed angry. Now here we have the referent, several people. They refers to several people. We call this anaphoric. So we have the noun first, then the pronoun. The other type, listen to this. John's getting married. So we have this here. This refers to something to be stated later or said later. So it's the other way around. Here we have the noun, then the pronoun. The pronoun refers to the noun. So we call this relationship anaphoric. But if we have the pronoun first, then